Hey, welcome back. By the time you see this, I'll probably be on the other side of the planet, closer to a lot of you actually. Uh, so this one was made way in advance. Right, so I promised I'd show you another way to bundle up your binaries and your program, because this is a PNG file. I can prove it to you. There you go, PNG image. There we go. So YAB is perfectly capable of displaying a PNG image. No problem. Now the problem is you have to specify exactly where that image is. So last lessons we saw one possible way of doing it. Today we're going to show another. To make sure that your program and your file, your little binary file, are in fact in the same directory. Now, you may have seen in the Linux world sometimes programs are distributed with a .run file. RUN for run. And it looks very much like a big old shell script, but then it starts distributing binary files all over the place. Well, this is the same idea. And there's a program called MakeSelf, which uses tar to do this. I prefer to use zip, but that's not really the end of the world. So you have these two files, which are your actual program. Now you have to make a shell script. Right? Because what we're going to do, we are going to zip these two things up and make a single zip file, flat zip file, and then we are going to make a temporary directory and unzip everything to there and run the program from there. Right? So what we then do is we concatenate this shell script over here with the zip file. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Now, what's happening here? You create one file that is both a valid shell script and a valid zip file. And the secret for that is that shell scripts read from the top to the bottom. Zip files are read from the end to the beginning. And so what we do is we create a single file which is a shell script, and so we run it as a shell script, and it goes and it goes. Okay, we find the temp directory. All right, and we are going to unzip $0. In other words, this file to that directory. Then we cd to it and we run the program. All right, and then when that has run, we remove everything just to be, good citizen. Otherwise, it'll clear everything up the next time you restart Haiku. Right, and we remove the temporary directory, and then finally, this is very important, you have to exit this thing explicitly. Because if you don't exit, remember there's going to be a zip file at the bottom of it, and then your code is going to be very weird. right? And I like to leave a few blank lines below it as well. So how do we do this? Well, I've put it here in a little shell script, but that's not really necessary. You can do this from the command line. All right. So first we zip, create this zip file, 2p notes zip, and we put in it 2p notes, that's still graphic, and the YAB file. Right, and then there's some instructions there that you can read. Then cat 2p notes.sh, the shell script, and the zip file into 2p notes.run. And then sometimes Haiku will then say, oh, this is a zip file. We want it to be recognized as a shell script. So just in case, we explicitly set it to be a text file. Right, we remove the temporary zip file and we make the whole thing executable. Okay, so let's try that. Right. And there it is. We've created this. Now, just to make sure, we're going to move that here, just to make sure it doesn't pick up anything there. And there's our program, running from the temp directory. And let's just move this out of the way. And let's see. System cache tmp. There's my temporary directory, and there are my two files that run this program. So you see, it's all above board. Let's just now see what happens when I close this program down. There, it's all gone. Now this is not a YAB trick, it's a shell scripting trick. But you can have more than one binary. You can have your entire button bar done like that. You know, you can I didn't compile this YAB program, but you can. You know, you can even, if you really want to, you can include the whole YAB runtime paraphernalia into the system. So you have the YAB executable, and you have libyab.so right in a lib subdirectory. You know, so there really is a lot you can do with these RUN files, and the RUN bit is not compulsory, of course. You know, so I could just have called this 2p notes, but then it would clash with this file here. And so that is the other way you can include your binary load with your program and know exactly where these things are. You don't have to worry about, you know, the user moving your stuff. You don't have to worry if it was installed in the system or in the non-packaged directories. Wherever you want this, it's there. and ready for you to do its stuff. Thanks very much, and I'll see you again.